Hello everyone and welcome to our mindful morning yoga practice. I'm Sarah and today I'll be guiding us through a series of poses to help immerse ourselves into the present moment by consciously cultivating our sense of awareness. Making your way into a comfortable cross-legged seat, crossing at the ankles, sitting up nice and tall. Either resting your hands planted down on the knees or palms facing up towards the sky. Gently begin to roll the shoulders up towards the ears. Allow them to hang heavy down your back. Softly close your eyes and begin to bring yourself into the present moment. Begin to notice your surroundings, noticing any sounds or any smells surrounding you. Noticing the temperature of the air against your skin. Begin to notice your breath. Without trying to change the breath, just gently become aware. Follow the breath in through the nose, down through the body, into the belly. Follow the breath back out. Noticing any sensations within your body, any tension, any stress or strain. Use your breath to release and let go. Gently begin to flutter the eyes open. We're going to make our way into our first pose, into Savasana. Bring your big toes to touch, knees hip-width distance apart. Send your hips back towards your knees and walk your hands out in front of you, coming high up on your fingers as you drop your head down towards the mat. You can walk your fingers out further away from your body, creating length through the sides of your body, allowing your hips to rest heavy towards the heels. Not to worry if they don't reach, just keeping your awareness, that intention, on the weight of your hips. Sending your breath down through your spine, and on the exhale, you can release the hands, release the palms down towards the mat. As you begin to sink deeper into the pose, sinking deeper into your body. Noticing how you feel, noticing the mind. Just notice what you notice. Gently begin to release, looking towards the hands. Float the body up towards tabletop. Making your way into Gomukhasana from here, bring your right knee into the center of the mat. Bring the right foot over to the left and bring your left leg behind you so your feet are far apart and you can sit back in between both feet. Allowing the knees to rest one on top of the other, stretching your arms out behind you, open through the chest. And if your neck allows, looking up towards the sky. Not too worried if the knees aren't resting on each other, if there's a bit of distance there. Not to worry. And we'll release and begin to walk the hands further away from you, coming into an active fold, staying high up on the fingers, stretching up and out of the lower back, drawing the shoulder blades away from each other, creating more space, creating that awareness through your body. And we'll gently fold down into the pose, planting the palms down onto the mat. Release the head down, allow the spine to softly round, and begin to soften through the body. Releasing and relaxing the hips. And gently release, look towards the hands, walk the hands back in towards you, sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to sweep the right arm up and overhead, bend at the elbow as you draw the left hand back behind you and see if you can clasp at the fingers. If not, you can take hold of your top. We're trying to open through the chest, elbows draw away from the body, chin is slightly tucked in, and our hips are heavy. Notice the breath. And we'll release, stretch the right arm up, release it down, release the left arm. And you can just shrug to the shoulders a couple of times to bring some movement back into the body. Walk the hands out in front of you. I'm going to swap sides by sweeping the left leg in and around, wrapping it around the right leg. Bring the feet wide apart as you sit back in between both legs. Sitting up nice and tall on this side, allowing the knees to be heavy, the hips to connect with the mat. Walk the hands back behind you, open through the chest, finding that space, maybe looking up towards the sky, creating a slight back bend. And feel the breath flow through your body. Soften the muscles in your face. And we'll release, walk the hands forward, taking our folds, staying high up on our fingers, keeping it nice and active to begin with. Stretching, reaching through the sides of the body, elongating the spine, creating a lift into our armpits. Hips are glued to the mat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Gently release the palms towards the mat, taking a deeper fold. Soften shoulder blades away from one another. Soften the muscles in your forehead. Gently look up towards the top of the mat. Walk your hands back in towards the body. Sweep the left arm up and overhead, bending at the elbow, palm plants behind you, and bring the right hand down and around, And see if you can clasp the fingers. Maybe you can on this side, maybe you can't. If not, you can always take hold of the top or just point your fingers in that direction. Draw your shoulder blades back together. Open through the chest. Chin is slightly tucking in. Lengthen with each inhale and find depth with each exhale. Gently release, stretch the left arm up, release the right hand, shrug through the shoulders. And we'll make our way into tabletop from here to hands and knees. Release the legs. We're going to make our way into a low lunge. Shoulders in line over the wrists. Start with the right side. Begin to extend the right leg towards the back, stepping it up in between both hands. Coming up onto the fingertips, you can walk the back leg further away from the right to get more space in between the hips. Knee in line over the ankle, shoulders down away from the ears. Lengthen and grow through the spine. Hips are coming down and forward. Option to stay here on the fingers or sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, release the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers. Roll the shoulder blades back away from you. Knuckles begin to peel away from the lower back. Maybe, if it's okay in your neck, draw your gaze up towards the sky. Deep heart opener. Deep opener into the hips. Connect with your breath. Soften anywhere that you can soften. And we'll release the arms up and overhead. Exhale, bring the hands back down. Begin to shift the hips towards the back of the mat as you begin to sit back in between the leg. So the left foot stays planted on the mat. Right leg is extended out in front of you. Right foot is flexed, sitting up nice and tall. Begin to hinge forward from the hips. Left hand takes hold of the outside of the right foot, shin, knee, wherever you can take a hold of. Begin to twist from the belly and look towards the right. Not too worried how deep you can go in this pose. It's quite intense. Begin to look towards that foot. We're going to bring the right hand to take hold of the inside of the right foot or the knee or the shin. So we're crossing at the wrists, lengthen through the spine, gaze looking towards the foot. Soften any part of the body that you can soften. Space in between the eyebrows, shoulders, the hips. Gently begin to release. Walk the hands forward, begin to come up as if we're coming into tabletop. But we're going to bring the left knee to rest beside the right foot. We're going to sit back beside that left foot. So we're not sitting on the foot, but the foot is out towards the left, resting down on top. Keeping the right knee bent, foot planted on the mat. Walk the hands behind you. Take a gentle back bend as you look up towards the sky. Maybe coming down onto the forearms. Or maybe releasing, fall into the pose. Relaxing the shoulders, the back of the head down onto the mat. Taking hold of opposite elbow. Or to take our full variation today, reach the arms up and overhead. Interlacing at the thumbs. Stretching through the sides of the body, through the arms. As we move into our full Supta Adha Vajrasana. It's a wonderful full body pose. Feeling this deep into the left hip flexor. Wonderful heart opener. As we open through the sides of the body, we'll release the arms back down along the body. Use your elbows to bring yourself back up. And walk the hands back out in front of you. And bring yourself back through tabletop. We'll make our way now to the next side. Starting with the left. Extend the left leg behind you, draw it in towards the chest, step in between both hands, coming up onto the fingertips. Walk the right leg back, more space for the hips, knee in line over the ankle, shoulders away from the ears. Lengthen through the spine, tuck the tailbone under, dropping the hips forward and down. Option to stay there or reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands come behind you, interlace the fingers, shoulders open. Option to stay here or begin to look up towards the sky, opening deep into the chest. Connect with your breath. Noticing the sensations in the body. Release the arms back up and overhead. Bringing fingertips to meet the mat. Walk the hands back, dropping the hips back towards the mat. This time our right foot is tucked under. We're flexing through the left, taking hold of the outside of the left leg, and we'll take our twist. Draw the left hand behind you, looking over to the left. Twist from the belly. Open through the chest. Lengthen on the inhale. Deepen on the exhale. Bring the gaze back to look at the foot. We'll take our deeper twist. Draw the left hand to the inside of the left leg. Lengthen through the spine. See if you can fold a little deeper. Shoulders away from the ears. Creating space through each vertebrae with each inhale. And going deeper on the exhale. And we'll gently release. Bring the hands beside you, gently coming forward. We're going to walk the right knee this time to the side of the left foot. Once again, sitting back to the inside of the right foot. The left foot is planted on the mat, knee is bent. Option to stay high up on the hands or coming down onto the forearms. And making your way fully down onto the mat. Arms coming up and overhead, take hold of opposite elbow or move into your full variation. Arms extend away from the body. Clasping at the thumbs, stretching through the sides of the body. Just taking the variation of this pose that suits you today. Knowing that each day will be different. Listen to your body. Respect where it wants to be. Noticing your breath as we gently release the hands back down onto the mat, coming up onto the elbows, bringing yourself back up out of our pose. Walk the hands forward, bringing the feet behind you. We're going to cross at the ankles so we can sit back between the legs, coming through to sitting, or however you can make your way there. We're going to make our way now down onto our backs, onto the mat. Nice and gently. Draw the knees in towards the belly, taking hold of opposite knee. Allow the shoulders to hang heavy towards the mat. Allowing the spine to lengthen. Fully imprint on the ground. Allowing your tailbone to release and relax. Bringing the feet as wide as the mat, we're going to begin to drop the knees to the right, coming into a twist. Bringing the hands into cactus, bending at the elbows, palms face towards the sky. And look over to the left, if your neck allows. Just begin to completely release any effort. Allowing the knees to hang heavy, the feet to flop to the side, the muscles in your belly to soften. Bring your head back to center, bring your knees back up towards the sky. Drop the knees over to the left and look over to the right. Allowing your shoulders to release and melt deeper into the mat. Allowing your arms to feel weightless. Fingers to naturally curl. Bring your head back to center, knees coming back up. Begin to draw the knees back in towards the chest, this time hugging the knees. See if you can take hold of opposite elbow. Allowing the spine to completely flatten on the mat. Begin to draw your nose towards your knees. To create a little bit more space through the vertebrae, feeling into the back of the neck, to the base of your skull. And gently release the head back down towards the mat. Heel toe the feet back as wide as the mat. Drop the knees together, rest your hands onto the lower part of your belly. And begin to soften and bring your awareness back into the present. Noticing your breath, noticing your body. Soften the muscles in your face, space in between your eyebrows. Allow your jaw to become heavy. Relaxing your ears, back of your neck, the tops of your shoulders. From here, we'll make our way into our full Savasana. Allow your legs to hang heavy on the mat, feet flop to the side, palms face towards the sky. Release any effort. hands to touch, resting your thumbs up to your third eye. Thank you very much for joining me for our practice. Namaste.